Okay, hi everybody. My name's Rich Young. I'm here to talk to you tonight about the difference between taking the easy way and the hard way. Now, to begin, I'd like you to take a moment and think about all the things that make your life easier, more comfortable. What all these things have in common is that they all do things for us that we used to have to do ourselves. So, what is that costing us? What's up with that? Well, great. So, we all know that it takes hard work to build muscle, right? And you've probably also heard that bone density can be improved with load-bearing or jarring exercise. It works in reverse, too. If you don't use it, you'll lose it, right? So, if you don't use your muscles, they'll atrophy. If you're a young male cyclist and you don't cross-train, you risk having osteoporosis on par with a postmenopausal woman. If you're an astronaut coming back from a long stint in orbit, you're at risk for a broken hip initially. Your brain works the same way. Seniors recently have been encouraged to make time for puzzles because they improve the brain's activity, especially in old age. Okay? But we haven't realized how flexible our brains actually are. This book, The Brain That Changes Itself, tells stories about patients recovering from strokes, even in old age, rewiring for new sensors and activities, and generally showing far more adaptability than we thought possible. If you've played Tetris, you may have felt this. There's something called the Tetris effect, where you hallucinate about shapes fitting together. And it's a sign that your brain is reallocating neurons to this important new task. Feedback like this is wrapped up in our development completely. From the vigor of our immune systems all the way to the physical structure of our hearts. Adaptability is a defining characteristic of life. You can't make a bridge stronger by driving across it more often. Living things alone have the ability to grow and change to meet the challenges that they encounter, right? Sometimes this is a bad thing. A recent Scientific American item stated that people who sit for long periods are at higher risk of mortality, even if they exercise frequently. That's chilling news to a nation of sitters, right? But it doesn't have to be lethal, okay? Sitting aside, nobody ever died because they watched too much television, but TV is still a machine that imagines things for us, okay? Reading requires more from us, and it gives more in return. So, am I calling you all soft because you watch Glee, or because you drove here tonight? Of course not. I'm saying that it's a basic fact of life that the activities you pursue shape your intellect, your body, and your character. Knowing this, you can tune your life to fit your priorities. What might that look like? Well, the reversible Destiny House by the architects Arakawa and Ginz is hostile in every way. Even the floor is lumpy and treacherous. The idea is to keep you off balance and adapting, to keep you living longer. Do Hard Things, a book by teens Alex and Brett Harris, encourages people to put this principle into action. They lay out 5 specific kinds of hard things that you should be pursuing, including long-term and group efforts. Take another look at all these tools. Some of these things do work for us. They replace our efforts. Others of them work with us. They augment or multiply our efforts. The slide rule over here is a great example. The slide rule gives you part of the answer, but it requires you to place the decimal point. That strengthens your ability to estimate and your sense of scale. The calculator just tells you what the answer is, okay? There's some gray area, too. If you have a smartphone, you have more access to knowledge and lolcats than any human being until just a couple years ago, right? It makes life easier, so it's bad, right? Well, hold on. You know, it extends your capabilities enormously. So, it's up to you. The point is, we're facing these choices constantly, and how you react to them can make a huge difference, okay? You don't have to seize every single one of them. Even changing how you approach a few of them can completely change your life. I can't tell you which choices matter or how to choose because I don't know where you're trying to go. You've got to find your own hard way. So, what's it going to be? You could volunteer in the community, run marathons, climb mountains, sail oceans, write novels, paint pictures, Or you could even illustrate your own Ignite presentations. Thanks for listening. I'm Rich Young.
Ready to go? Thanks.